Hello again, friends, and welcome back to the Nurture for Kids garden. Today is pepper planting day. Finally, the weather has been agreeing with us. It is sort of not yet 60 degrees optimal temperature at night time for peppers, but the constant temperature has been around 55 to 58 degrees at night. So, being impatient as I am, I'm going to go ahead and put these peppers in the ground today. It should be okay. Couple of things to remember when you're planting peppers. You definitely want to wait until it is warm enough at night, around 55 to 60 degrees. And the other thing that people are talking about when they plant peppers is to plant it a little deeper. I've been doing a little research and I'm not finding that that is actually very successful. If your peppers are falling over, you want to plant them just a little bit deeper than normal, just to keep them standing. But if they are pretty strong in the stem and are not falling over, you'd want to plant them just to the line of where the soil is originally. So let's get started. So you want to plant your peppers up to the soil line. I've been doing some reading on different opinions about how deep to plant your peppers, and it's a pretty popular belief that your peppers should be planted a little deeper. I am also seeing there are a lot of disagreements with that. I'm gonna go ahead and err on the side of caution. Since my pepper is pretty stable, I'm going to plant it up to the soil line. If it is wobbly or falling over, then I'll decide to plant it a little deeper than it is, just to give it some stability. Then the other thing is, peppers are thirsty plants, but they don't need to be overwatered. If you keep them sitting in water for too long, then their roots start to rot. Oh, another thing to remember is peppers, just like tomatoes, they actually are pretty hungry plants. They like fertile soil, but for peppers, you don't want to give them too much nitrogen. Too much nitrogen for your peppers will cause them to grow really fast, and you'll have a lot of nice green leaves on your peppers. But because they're growing so quickly, they're not going to fruit very well. So you want to balance them with a good compost. Also, what you want to remember about peppers is that you want to make sure that they have proper spacing. So at least 1.5 feet apart would be ideal. But if you can't get them 1.5 feet apart, if you can get them at least 1 foot apart, that will also work. Also, peppers like to be planted near basil. It actually improves the taste of the pepper. And the basil also confuses bugs that will attack the leaves. So basil and pepper are really good companions in the garden. So that's it with the peppers. They're in our prime spot for direct sunlight, which peppers really need. They love that direct heat from the sun. The sun will be coming from this angle, so this plant here will not be shading my pepper that is right next to it, which is ideal. Peppers don't really want too much sunlight for too long. Anything more than 8 hours will cause the buds on the pepper to get stressed out and drop. So you really don't want to plant in an area that will get you more than 8 hours or 10 hours of sunlight. So peppers and tomatoes, the two varieties that really like a lot of moisture, can be a bit challenging to keep the area moist. So not only did I think about mulching, and I used pine straws to do that, I'm also thinking about what else I can use for ground covering. So in this case, I planted some nasturtiums. You can see them here. And the nasturtiums will start to grow. You can use the nasturtiums in your salad. You can eat the greens. They will also flower these really beautiful orange and red flowers that are sort of peppery. Those are also really nice addition to your salads. And they will grow along here and they'll cover the entire area with this beautiful coverage. And also I've planted in strategic places basil, and I've planted oregano. Here there's also arugula that I've planted, and lettuce. So those will start to grow, and as they grow they will offer more covering to keep the moisture in this garden space. So there you have it. I'm really excited. My peppers are in. Hopefully there's no surprises in the weather and it will stay above 55 degrees at night. Remember, that's 55 degrees at nighttime. During the daytime, you can bring your peppers out, but if it's still falling below 55 degrees, it's sort of that killer point for your pepper plants. If your area is still below 55 degrees at nighttime, bring them back inside and just be patient. It'll be worth the wait. If you have any questions, please leave your comments below and I'll be happy to try and answer them for you. I'm Mark Antonio. It's great to see you again, friends. Until next time.